Christine says, how do I identify my spirit guides? I love this question. So for me, I had to really do a dedicated practice just to meet my spirit guides. And I created a CD called the Meet Your Spirit Guides Meditation. And you can, I'll link that here, Christine, for you on the website. But you can just simply, get into a kind of a calm state, would have all your distractions away. Let your heart, with your guide, your best guide is your higher self. We were all given the higher self within us as our guide. Yes, we have supportive team guides that are helping us along the way, but don't forget, your higher self is a spirit guide. It is the spirit that guides you in your world. So my question to you, Christine, is do you know what your higher self feels like and when you are on point with that? Do you know when you're in your higher self frequency? It makes everything else, meaning connections with your guides, easier. Now, when you want to connect with your guides, a guided practice is usually best because it takes all the guesswork out, and you're letting someone else guide you into letting your mind open to receive. Now, for me, I identified my guides strictly by, and I have a team of guides. For me, I feel like when they don't come to every session, they came for me early on when I started to open up my abilities, right? After that, I didn't see them much, but I still called on them every time I did readings, every time I did to groups, every time I'm making big decisions in my life. My prayer has always been, Spirit World, guide me with the best way to serve you. So that's my way that I send my invitation up. Now, the way I feel them is I have a symbol. I began to see a number symbol all the time when I started to develop with my guides, right? Meaning I raised my energy, I opened to channel, I did all of those things. I began to see the 22 number everywhere I went. So for me, I know my guides are going before me, and for me, that's God as well. God goes before me to make the crooked road straight. When I see the 22, I know that's my spirit team making the way for my happiness and my peace, right? Now, the other way that I have, when I'm in my meditation practice, I have sensed the presence of people in my energy, but I have also, I'm clairvoyant, which means when I meditate, in my mind's eye, I get images and feelings. I get images and knowings, but images. I get little holograms. Guides usually don't appear in color. So just because you have a dark person with you doesn't mean it's bad. You have a dark spirit with you because they have no color, not because you have to be afraid of them, right? My guides have not come in color. They don't even give me their names, right? I just name my guides. So I have this one little guy that came on very early on, and I know he's sort of my gatekeeper. He is the one that when I came early on, I felt a bit like a spiritual guide, someone working with me on my spiritual development. I didn't feel connected to him from my family. He was somebody different, and he felt like a little monk. And he felt a little shorter than me, and I saw him probably 4 or 5 times when I was doing my Meet Your Spirit Guide practice. So I just know that that's him. Most recently, when I started really teaching and helping people connect to their guidance and raising their intuition and building the membership, I asked for my guides to help me at that time. And when I would do my Meet My Spirit Guide practice, connect with my angels, I felt a feel like when I'm closing my eyes and I am in it, I get a little feeling of a team with me. It's a little subtle, but I know it's them. I didn't give it to me, it showed up. And that's the way I identify my guides. So for me, I know I have a number symbol that when I see that, that's my guide sign. I also know that occasionally my loved ones will be along my path and give me signs too, like cardinals, things like that. And then finally, just trusting that you're not alone, right? And beginning to develop your own psychic senses and abilities. This is a good way to open up to tell the spirit world that you are open. Now, one of my favorite books of all time, that not necessarily for mediumship or for intuition, but really for spirit guides, I read a book called Opening to Channel. And I love that book. It's by Sanaya Roman. And it gave me sort of the tools to help me, and everybody else has different experiences. Not everybody gets a name. Not everybody, some people get colors, some people get a feeling, some people get a brush on their leg, some people get them clairvoyantly where they're visualizing them. And so whenever you practice and you show up for the spirit world, just trust that they're going to show up, and try to get out of your own idea on what you think it should look like, right? For me, I just named my guides Tom, and then I got this other team that when I felt them working with me, I was like, yeah, that's like a team of a circle. Okay. And then one time when I was really working with people on relationship things, this little lady came forward, and I felt like she was a lady. She didn't look like a lady, but I felt like a hologram in my mind's eye. She felt like a little Jewish lady, and she was really sharp, and she was really smart. And I said, so anytime I was preparing to meet into the world and I felt her energy, it was subtle, it was fast, 2-3 seconds, I would say, yep, I'm supposed to help people with their relationships today. So I hope that helps you as you begin to move forward. Next.